So another project, this video blog thing that I do, is called Beer Beauty, and that's me in a cartoon life. I had that designed. Why beer? I just love beer, and I got really switched on by it because it came from an idea in my head as a freelance broadcaster trying to find a new idea to pitch to the BBC, because by this time, you know, this was at the beginning of the year, I'd stopped working for Sky last December, and when your contract finishes like that and you've been used to, as a broadcaster, being on air every day for 5 years, and then you don't do it, I was really anxious about, will I ever broadcast again? Will I ever be on TV or radio again? And I thought I really wanted to go back to the BBC and do something for them, because, you know, I had the majority of my training and all my great experiences there. So I was desperately hunting for an idea to pitch to BBC inside out, as I know. And women and beer was an idea that I found. I kept hearing about the fact that not many women drink beer, but that women could be the key to saving lots of pubs and stopping them from closing down. Great, research this and pitched it to East Midlands and got a commission to make a 10-minute documentary about it. So I had to do loads of research. It was really difficult. Visiting breweries and drinking lots of beer. Yeah, it's great. So, you know, from there, you know, I wanted to actually film a ladies' beer party, but I couldn't find anything, and no brewery had set one up for me. And I was like, how can I do this? So I knew there was something that needed to be done in this area. And I also wanted to develop my writing skills, because as a broadcaster, you know, you're broadcasting either 5-minute bulletins, or, you know, you're, like I did at Sky, your scripts are written for you by producers and stuff. I'd never really written, I'd not worked in print, so I've not written long form. So for me, you know, to develop a blog about beer, to develop my writing skills, use video as well, which is in my psyche anyway, it was a real no-brainer. So Beer Beauty is just my ramblings about beer and how great it is, and visits to breweries, and, you know, I held a party for women, my own party for women, last month, and I'll promote that on there. And now, you know, within 6 months I'm now in one of the top 10 of Britain's most influential beer blogs. How's that happening today? Very quickly, so I just want to go through another idea and how I managed that. You know, I launched the website with a party. I'm not an event manager, but I knew there was something to say, and the party could reinforce the message of what I was doing on the vlog. By the way, this vlog is for fun. I don't monetize it in any way. You know, the parties are, for my part, breaking even, and just spreading the word about, you know, how I feel about beer, which is beer is great, try it. Loads of complex, beautiful flavours. But my aims for the party were, I wanted to launch it loud, I wanted 50 women in the room, I wanted to heighten awareness of it, and I knew, because of the way I'd written, and even the picture, the ethos kind of speaks for itself, and then I want it to be a bit stylish, a bit progressive, include some networking for women and make it fun, but also for the guests, not just preach at them, but help them learn from experts. So I brought in brewery experts, gave them free beer, and got them to mingle. So there were lots of things that I had to think about in terms of this event. Again, not being an event manager, finding the right room, sorting out how much it would cost me to put on, to work out the ticket price, what are the experiences I wanted to give people. And it was almost really, it was quite easy to find the sponsors, the breweries, to bring the beer, because there were already people that I'd identified who were talking about women in beer, brewers who were already talking about women in beer, so I went straight to them. And when I went to them with a plan, my plan in my head of what it should be and what experience I'd like to give people. And like you were saying, Lorna, about you can get things for free, don't take the mick too much. But I knew these breweries did want to speak to women, did want to say, this is what we're making and we think you'd really like it. So I managed to get them to bring the beer for free, free glasses, marketing information, t-shirts, you name it, we had it, and I put goodie bags together for everybody. On the thing about for free, I wasn't going out with an aim of getting free PR, but I did. Free PR expertise from a PR colleague, but I did. One, I asked about when should I hold this event, and one of my PR friends is an event manager. He said, don't hold it in the summer, don't hold it in August. Nobody's around. September, people are on holiday in August. So I pushed. I was about to launch my date, and it was going to be the middle of August. And I pushed it back on her advice. Spoke to another PR colleague of mine who's brilliant, Faith Brotherston. She loved my idea. She said, I'll do your PR for free. I went, that's brilliant. And in the back of my mind, I lodged the fact that I want whatever I can do for Faith in return, I will do somehow. And since then, I've put her in touch with another company that we work with Funk Media on a regular basis, who was looking for a freelance PR to put on retainer to help them, and I said, it's Faith. So she now has got a 6-month contract with another company. So that's the way it can work. And I met these guys, Faith and the other PR, I met these guys in networking online and at creative meetups. Yeah. I got my staffing help for free, got my nieces. Another company that I network with a lot, Kiss Me Cupcakes, I asked them to provide my cupcakes for them, and I didn't ask them for free because I value what they do so much. I said, I'm not going to even ask for mates rates, I'm going to pay you what your going rate is to do my cakes. And whenever you do an event, whatever it's for, you always learn lessons. I've learnt loads. Never do it again. I will. But timings, you're going to put things in, you're going to throw stuff out. Stick to your principles. This is an example of sticking to my principles. It was really successful. There was a lot of press around Beer Beauty, and subsequently, and a couple of people have come to me and recognised, oh, Marverine's gathering a lot of women for stuff. Someone asked me, oh, will you do an event, but we'd like to open it out to men as well. I'm not being deliberately sexist, but the messages and the way that I do things in the Beer Beauty parties are really aimed at women. And I said, it's going to detract from the messages and the way that I want to do things. So, no thank you. Thanks very much, but no thank you. I don't want to do that. And then someone else said, oh, great. Have you thought about doing this? We could join you and we could sell our products at your party. No, it's not. For me, it's not about direct selling. It's about come here, network, have a great time, try some different beers, and see what you think, and go away with a great goodie bag and a great time, and having met loads of people and exchanged cards. It wasn't about direct selling, so I said no to that opportunity as well. In the end, was it worth it? Yes. And I self-finance as well. I made the decision to put a bit of money in myself, but I think it's the party's gone to reinforce the news angle and the TV documentary that I did about beer, and also the work that I write about on the vlog. Yes, there'll definitely be more events, she says, when I've recovered from the last one. But that's just an example of some of the press that came from it, kind of business and trade press and online, which I'm really, really pleased about. Very quickly, networks, social media is across the board. Everything I do, I use social media in different ways. I've got 3 Twitter accounts, God knows how I keep up with it. How do you keep up with it? I try not to spam people's timelines because people find that incredibly annoying. And again, use Facebook for Beer Beauty in particular. Funk Media is kind of a really small Facebook group. I'm just trying to get that moving at the moment. LinkedIn, I have 1 universal account, and I find that's really useful. If I want to talk business with someone I've met, I use LinkedIn. Kind of different ways of approaching people. LinkedIn is seen as a real business-focused, professional social network. And YouTube, there's a Beer Beauty TV channel. Because it's a vlog, I've got lots of video clips. So at Beer Beauty TV, tons of video clips there's the BBC doc, there's highlights of the party, because we shot highlights of the party, and I have my own kind of Marverine account with my showreel on. For me, again, it's really personal. For me, social media has been brilliant in the last 2 years in terms of, you know, raising awareness of what I do personally, what we do as Funk Media, the clients that we deal with, the work, the video work that we've produced. We'll tweet links and go, check this out, what do you think? And we try and integrate it. You know, we do have etiquette about the way that we do things. I couldn't say which one's most effective. I just think they're really all effective in different ways in terms of connecting people and reinforcing what you do as a professional. I love social media, absolutely love social media. And I've touched on these already, you know, ups and downs of a freelance media career, irregularity of income. It drives you mental for about the first 6 months, but then you just get used to it and you learn how to manage it. You recognise when your money's coming in and what you're going to do with it next, and that helps you sharpen how you contract the work that you do for other people, how you invoice, how you chase up invoices and stuff. There's the ups and downs of continually building new relationships and managing existing ones, because obviously the more networks and creative tweet-ups and whatever you go to, the more people you meet, keep on top of that. And keeping what you want to keep separate, just that's a bit tricky for me. You know, the different personas, I suppose. And that's why I have separate social media accounts. So those are my contact details if you want to get in touch. If you want to talk beer, hello@beerbeauty.co.uk. Anything else work related, that's my Funk Media address. And those are our websites. And I think that's it. Thank you.